Welcome everyone to another hotel review. I'm your hotel critic, Caleb Kent, and I'm a multi-hobbyist here on YouTube. And in this review, I will be covering Disney's Beach Club Villas. I got to stay at this property during the second half of August, and here are my thoughts. For those of you who are unaware, this property is an exclusive part of Disney's Beach Club Resort. I've covered my thoughts on the main property in my last video. There I go in detail about everything with the theme, interior, exterior, rooms, dining, location, etc, etc. So if you want to go check out and learn everything about the main resort, you can click up here on the top right of your screen or click the first link in the description. But this video is focusing on the villas here as part of the Disney Vacation Club. So if this is what you are here for, let's get into it all. To briefly summarize the theme of the property, the resort is modeled after New England cities on the East Coast and is designed to replicate seaside cottages. And just like the building for the main resort, it's constructed fantastically and really sets the mood. If you'll notice, the main building for the resort has a baby blue color, while the building for the villas has an aqua color. It's situated beside the lobby driveway for the resort and can be seen from the driveway bridge, the front of the main resort, courtyard, and walkways found around the resort. There isn't actually too much of the building, but the architecture is convincing and flawless. And you'll see that because of the various designs for the balconies and roof structures, helping excite each guest for their stay. You can check in at the main entry for the building or from the lobby of the resort. And if that's where you're gonna check in, after doing so, you're gonna walk to the left of the lobby, make your way through the hallway, and exit out the door beside the resort's marketplace. When you walk out, you'll go on a pathway under a structure hovering over it, which leads you to the building's main entry. There are a bunch of signs on the way over, by the way, so hopefully you shouldn't have much trouble finding the building for the villas. When you step inside the building for the villas, you'll be greeted by a centerpiece connected to designated rooms made for activities and hanging out. There isn't much inside, since the sole purpose of the building is to separate the villas from the main property here at the resort. But it does have some cute touches inside, which includes paintings depicting the beach. At the end of the tall hangout room is the main entryway for Dunes Cove Pool, and this is undoubtedly what looks the best for the villa's exterior. The building surrounding it with its colors and architectural design highlights the immersion of the resort. The pool is situated right beside the river that the lobby driveway bridge crosses over, giving it a good look for the theme of a seaside city, and the lampposts add to the decor. The pool may not be too exciting to some guests, but it's neat nonetheless, and there's also a hot tub. And this is the view I had from relaxing there during my stay at nighttime. You also have access to the other pools at the resort, including Stormalong Bay. And now, the villas. There are 3 different types of villas to book here: a deluxe studio, a 1-bedroom villa, and a 2-bedroom villa. The one I reserved was a 1-bedroom villa. And was it nice? You bet it was. Before I talk all about it, I just want to say that on your way to your villa, if you are taking the elevator, you'll notice a dated yet fitting themed elevator. So it's pretty neat. The hallways look about the same as the main property here, but the doors to the villas have a design that has more of an oak wood look. And here's my villa. You stumble upon a mirror with a mini dresser and painting on the side in the front. On your way through is a kitchen and living room. Next to the kitchen is a half-booth type of table with a window design mirror and Mickey-shaped table setup. The kitchen has simple but neatly crafted cabinets, a counter made to mimic sand on the beach, and a mini countertop. The living room has a quite fancy dresser below the TV, a couch with beach decor pillows, a picture of Donald, Daisy, and the 3 triplets hanging out on the beach, and white silhouette drawings of Donald on the curtains. And don't forget about the copy of The Story of Disney: 100 Years of Wonder. Oh, the couch also converts into a double pull-out bed for extra people staying in the villa. And yes, it's comfy.
Still really comfy.
And the picture above the pull-out is a great addition. Back towards the front of the villa, there's a closet with a washer and dryer. Then there's the bathroom with a step-in shower and closed-off toilet. Next to the bathroom is the bedroom. The bedroom has a king bed, desk, and a bathtub and sink. And there's a door inside by the bathtub connecting to the bathroom that you can lock from inside. And both the living room and bedroom came with a balcony, and this one connected both rooms of the villa. It's definitely safe to say all villas come with a balcony, but judging on the exterior, I think it's safe to say that not all villas have a balcony for every room that it has. And some are bigger and some are smaller. But all villas will have at least one with it. And all the rooms for the villas on the first floor have patios, so that I know is certain based on what you can see of it outside. And as for my thoughts on the villa, it's very comforting and it's got a good mixture of a Disney feel and a homey feel. In that aspect, it's low-key enough to make you feel at ease, but it's also got some lavish decor around to immerse you into a seaside cottage feel. And you can see that with all of the artwork around the villa, from the paintings to the sketches. Anyone staying here will enjoy what this villa has to offer, and just like the rooms at the main property, you should have no issue settling in, especially when coming back after a long day at the theme parks. So yeah, the villa is pretty nice. So when I stayed at the main property, I had an issue where the room was dirty. I called the front desk and they assigned me another room that was clean and gave me credit for the reservation to make up for the inconvenience. Boy, was that interesting. So, did I have any issue with my stay here at the villas? Well, just this tiny thing, actually. I was talking on the phone late at night in my bedroom when I spotted one of the hospitality industry's worst nightmare. A cockroach. It was beside the dresser and crawled back, so I had to move the dresser to find it, to which it then crawled back to the side. I quickly went over to grab my flip-flop and it went on the floor, but I acted fast and smashed it. And then I picked it up with a tissue and flushed it down the toilet. So yeah, that was disgusting to say the least. I reported this to the hotel after I checked out, by the way. Knowing the clean trend I've seen with Disney resorts and everything else I've noticed with the villa prior to seeing the cockroach, I'm pretty confident that this was just a rare occasion. And it is Florida after all. And that this property is a clean place to stay at. But that being said, this is certainly not something you should expect from somewhere this nice and this expensive. So unfortunately, that means points deducted from the final score at the end. But other than that, there were no other cons that I had. All I have left to critique is that none of the villas here have views of Crescent Lake. I find that funny because the views of the water from the rooms at the main property and the site of the building from there are kind of what reaffirms the resort's theme. The building for the villas is pretty tucked away and hidden, and it's only visible from within the resort. I will say it does give it that vibe of it being exclusive, but it doesn't really have the same effect with the theme as one would experience while staying in the main property in a room with viewpoints of the lake. There is the river and pool to give it that touch of theme if you get assigned a villa with views of them, but it doesn't exactly compare to the lake. That being said, it is more affordable for families, larger parties, or people who like staying in larger accommodations when compared to the suites at the main property, as they are more expensive and also lower in quantity. Don't confuse what I'm saying, the villas are still not cheap. It's a DVC resort after all. But when compared to the suites at the main property, there is a notable difference in prices. To sum it all up, this DVC resort is very nice and has a great color all around, and it has an impressive look to it. And I can see why a lot of people love to book here to stay here in the villas. In conclusion, if you are looking for a DVC property with very close proximity to Epcot, an exclusive feel, and an all-around comforting vibe, this will be a good pick. But if you are looking for somewhere even more luxurious or feels more present with its main resort, then I'd say look into the other extended DVC properties here. I admired everything that this property offers, with its dazzling pool surrounded by great architecture and the beach homey villas with a touch of Disney charm to it. And every guest is guaranteed to be taken away by the immersion. In total, I officially now have 10 extended DVC properties left to check off here at Disney World. And while I was certainly not a fan of the cockroach, I enjoyed my time here. This DVC property is very rich in appearance, inside and out. And I think you too are going to appreciate that if you stay here. And so, after everything I've said, Disney's Beach Club Villas gets a final score of 89 out of 100. Thank you for watching this hotel review, and I will catch you all next time. If you enjoyed this video, consider checking out other content that I've made, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, but only if you want to. Over and out.